Yo, what's up, guys? How are you doing today? I'm talking about New England Patriots and a pretty interesting move, might I add. According to your rap report, the New England Patriots are going ahead and they are signing former Cowboys running back Ezekiel Elliott to a one-year deal for $6 million, which is going to be up to $6 million in incentives. And he's going back to his number 15 that he wore when he had that really good run with the Ohio State Buckeyes. And Zeke is an interesting guy. How ironic is the world? Last year, watching Cowboys games, calling Zeke was, saying, why are they giving carries to Zeke? Is Tony Pollard's team now at this point, the running back position? Tony Pollard's a way better player. Why is Zeke coming into games to steal Pollard's touchdowns? And now Zeke is on my team. How ironic is that? When I first heard rumors of us getting Zeke, I'm like, no, this guy is washed. Why are we getting Zeke? As I get older now, and as you get older, you get more logical and you get more wiser. And I realize Zeke as a backup option isn't the worst case scenario. Our running backs on our roster and our Ramondre Stevenson, who's an absolute, in my opinion, future star in the NFL. Outside of that, though, we don't really have. I mean, there's Kevin Harris, Pierre Strong, Ty Montgomery, running back, wide receiver. Is he going to make the roster? Like, I don't know. You got what's his name, James Robinson, who he signed, and then apparently he was injured and then he signed with some other team. Was he on the Texans now or something? I mean, James Robinson was with us, and I'm like, okay, he's solid. Lost the job to Travis Etienne last year with the Jaguars after a major injury. But what team is he in now? He's on the Giants backing up. He's backing up fucking Saquon Barkley. I just saw a post. Giants, James Robinson, no burst in debut. So like, he's 25 years old. He is injury prone. Like, the thing with Zeke though is, oh my goodness, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. This move, I'm not ecstatic about it. I'm completely honest. I'm not gonna fake like I'm excited about this move. I don't mind the move at all. As a backup option, the carry should be no more than 70-30 Ramondre, in my opinion. I mean, no less than 70-30 Ramondre. So like every 10 carries, 7 to Ramondre, 3 to Zeke, or 8 Ramondre, 2 Zeke. You just don't want to gas Ramondre out because he's a young running back. Really first time this year getting more than like 50% of the carries. That's a really basically split, let's say 60-40 with Damian Harris when he was fully healthy. And he also comes out of the backfield and receives the ball as well. So definitely to take some pressure off of him because he really carried that offense, him and Jacoby Myers last season for the New England Patriots, and a disastrous season for us. So I know one-year deal for $6 million, and I even saw a update from Adam Schefter, and I'm like, okay, we know the Patriots are most of their contracts in recent memory, like one-year deal stuff like that, they're based off of incentives. Even the Juju Smith-Schuster deal incentives, I'm pretty sure the Devontae Parker extension may be an incentive based as well, but it's just smart to be incentive based. It just helps the cap. You have a lot of cap for next season. Be able to reload next offseason depending on how the season goes. So yeah, according to Adam Schefter, the Zeke one-year deal with the Patriots is a 3-year deal with a $1 million signing bonus and can be worth up to $6 million with incentives. As we know, Zeke was just cut by the Cowboys after having a pretty disastrous season. Zeke is still one of the best run blocking running backs in all of the NFL. As you know, you can never have enough blocking in the NFL. I just saw a tweet yesterday. There's not enough O-line depth in the NFL. You see preseason, these guys look like they just came from Kroger's. These guys just don't look like actual O-line, like backup O-linemen. Like, they just aren't a thing. You can't replace O-linemen, but you can replace running backs. That's what the Cowboys did, obviously, with Ezekiel Elliott. They just signed him a couple years back in 2019 to a 6-year deal for $90 million. They went ahead and just cut him, making $15 million AAV. After the third year of the contract of the last season, they're like, Ezekiel Elliott, my boy, I don't like what I'm seeing. Tony Pollard looks like a stud. He's a receiving back. You know, Zeke isn't in a receiving back. He's a run blocker running back, though, and he's just an interesting guy. Zeke is an interesting guy. I think had the worst year of his career last season. The thing I do like with Zeke, though, is last season we know him to be a touchdown merchant, which basically means he's not going to do too much to get all the way to the end zone, but we do know that he'll definitely punch him in. So any Ramondre Stevenson fantasy owners, I'm telling you this right now, if you see Zeke stealing Ramondre's touchdowns, I told you here first, okay? I'll be still going ahead if I can still snag my boy Ramondre Stevenson in fantasy, but just letting y'all know right now, Ramondre Stevenson was like a 29% concession, 29% conversion at the goal line last season. He's not really big touchdown guy, and he fumbles in the end zone too. That Bengals fumble the fumble against the Raiders. Like, he just fumbles. I'm not sure if he fumbled that or was that, no, I don't know, something with the Raiders. I know some shit happened where Mondre and Jacoby threw a ladder with a Mac, and then Chandler Jones just fucking bitched him with the stiff arm and scored, and they lost that game. But that's besides the point. Zeke last year played 15 games, 231 carries. He has over 1,881 carries on his body at 20. I don't know why they're not saying his age. I mean, I think he's like 27, maybe. How old is Zeke in this day and age? Zeke is 28. My God. 20 years old, backup running back, 876 rushing yards, 3.8 yards per carry, which was by a good amount his worst in the NFL. I mean, Zeke and his prime, 3-time Pro Bowl running back. We know we're not getting prime Zeke, but my God. First year, bursting onto the scene as the 4th overall pick in the first round out of Ohio State. 322 carries. My God. 1631 yards, 5.1 yards per carry, which is literally elite. 15 touchdowns. His longest run was 60 yards. Like, that's insane. Last year he had no fumbles, which again, like Ramondre, I do like having a guy that's not known for fumbling. And Zeke, outside of really his, let's say, 4th and 5th year in the NFL, he has one fumble or less every single year outside of that. So, and you also did have 12 touchdowns this season as well. So again, Ramondre Stevenson fantasy owners, Zeke will steal your touchdowns, okay? Like I said, it should be like 80-20 or 70-30. And don't forget, Ramondre also is good out of the backfield. If you play PPR and fantasy football, he'll come out the end zone. I mean, he'll come out of the backfield even with like a screen play or something. You guys know he's pretty good in my opinion in the receiving game. So the touchdowns may not always be there, but receiving wise, you get his receptions. Like I said, Zeke isn't known for receiving the football as well. That was old Tony Pollard last season. He really just is not known for it. Zeke doesn't have the same burst. Hopefully he can just be that power back. I mean, we rumored to get Leonard Fournette and Dalvin Cook. Leonard Fournette is more of a guy that's like a power back, even though he doesn't have that burst of speed anymore. He's still really good receiving wise. He had a really underrated season, let's say last season with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers receiving wise. And then Dalvin Cook, as we know, he's just a round running back overall. Just analytics just don't favor Dalvin Cook at all. So they went to Alexander Madison to be their starting running back. Running backs are replaceable in this league. The Cowboys replaced them. Zeke is the pat. Like I said, I'm not ecstatic on this move. I do like giving Ramondre Stevenson protection in terms of especially the run blocking of Zeke, and also the conversion rate of, like I said, Ramondre the end zone, not being a guy that can get into the end zone as consistent as a guy like Zeke, who had 12 touchdowns last season. I still think Zeke will be pretty solid. Like I said, Ramondre, like I said, though, gonna go after fantasy. Like I said, the touchdowns may not always be there, but Ramondre burst onto the scene last year, played pretty well. He only had 5 touchdowns, so Ramondre Stevenson really is not a big touchdown guy. Last season, he had 210 carries, 1,040 yards, 5 touchdowns, 5 yards per carry. He also has 69 receptions for 421 yards. Like, the dude is a future star in the NFL. Do not sleep just because how bad the Patriots offense was last season. Ramondre Stevenson was one of the only guys, similar to Jacoby Myers, that were actually like one of them ones last season. So let me see before in the video. Zeke receiving wise, in 17 catches, 92 yards. Like, he's just not really a threat receiving wise. Hopefully, I mean, we can. Ramondre will get most of the receiving wise aspect out of the receiving game, but we really haven't had an elite receiving running back since James White. Shout out to James White, absolute Patriots legend. Shout out to that guy right there. Honestly, could have been on this team, but I believe his knees gave out, and then awful situation happened with his parents in a car accident. I'm pretty sure one of them didn't make it out. It was an unfortunate situation with James White, but yeah, like I said, Zeke as a backup running back, I'll take it. Initially, I'm like, this dude is washed, but even if he is washed, backup running back, just to take some carries away from Ramondre Stevenson and catch a ball every so often, I guess I'm not gonna mind it. Like I said, either 70-20, I mean, either 70-30 Ramondre or 80-20 Ramondre, okay? I do not need Zeke getting like 50 or 60% of the carries. Like, we good on that. We good on that. 50, 40, at max 30. at max. Bill Belichick at max. Ramonda's gonna be a stud in this league. As a backup, we'll take it. I guess. But other than that, yo, that is the video. So go down below, drop a like, comment down below. Sub up, just follow me on Twitch, Twitter, and TikTok. Your boy John. And I'm out, man. Peace.